Stinson. This is gonna be Stinson.
Stinson has the soul.
Yes, and Sweet Ma for life.
Who else
Okay.
supposed to be in the panel?
The regulars. But I don't know if Vibes could do it now. Um, the regular family members when they come up. That's it. It's just these three ladies for the interview.
Hi, lady.
Hey, Velvet.
Hi, Velvet.
Thank you for
No,
having us.
hold on. I'm sorry. Let me just say this one thing.
Peace, Vel.
So the spokeslady wants to say that since that's what y'all call me. So right now it's just gonna be Sweet Ma, the T, and Stinson on the panel conducting an interview. The spokeslady will now be quiet. That's the petty side. I'm sorry. It
Thank you,
comes out.
spokes lady.
Thank you. Thank you. I gotta do my job.
You do it well.
We gotta touch the bags and stuff.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
wanted to tap the bag,
Is it okay if I do my baby hairs while we waiting on people to come?
go ahead and do your baby hair.
Whatever you need to do.
Are your boxes locked, Velvet?
Yeah.
Ash is at the door.
Are these people who gonna be asking questions? Cause I don't want
Yes,
people to
just
just be quiet
it,
on my panel. I need everybody to be interacting. I don't got time for that.
it's just gonna be it's just gonna be 3, 4, and 5 asking the questions,
Okay.
Yep.
So
and then we're here.
if you don't want any silence, we can do it like this. Since Velvet, you don't
I
know
can't hear you. You muffled.
really.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's kind of low.
How about now?
A little better. Are you using your phone?
Yes.
Do you have like headphones or something maybe?
Yeah, cause you sound low.
Okay. So you can do the introduction because Velvet doesn't know who we are.
Yeah, we can introduce ourselves.
Let's do that.
I would like for boxes number 2 and 8 to get full. I don't know if my mom and my dad are coming in. Tina! I don't know if they're coming in, but oh, there they go.
Hey, Pops.
Hey now.
Hey,
Hey,
Pop.
Hey,
can everybody hear me good?
Yes.
I
Loud and
appreciate
clear.
it.
Well, thanks for the gifts, everyone.
Thank you. I still don't know how to work this.
Well, are we ready? Should we get started?
Yes.
Can you
Okay.
hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes, I hear you better. Real quick, how do I get this thing off my screen that says sorry?
Push the
I keep
X.
getting that too.
Just tap the screen. Just tap it. She's
Okay.
new to Bigo, so you're out there with her. Her and Sweet Ma Life are kind of new to Bigo.
Yes.
All right. It won't
Hello,
go away, so
Pastor
I'm just going to
Tina.
ignore it.
Hi, Tina.
Oh,
Hi,
good.
Pastor Tina.
Here. Let's see what. Okay, that's great.
Okay,
Get off.
let's kick it off. Sweet Ma, do you want to go first, and then I'll go, and then Stinson can go?
Okay, so hi, Velvet. The way the way I wanted to do this, I wanted us to introduce ourselves first, so that you could get to know why we're even involved and how we got into this carbonation mess. Um, and we're gonna do the interview in a way that it's like we're reading chapters to a book. So right now, this is the introduction of us. My name is Sweet Ma for Life, aka Diane, and the reason why I got into carbonation is because I came across Nature Boy through a comment in a YouTube section saying, "Look this guy up." I looked him up, and people were saying that he was a bad guy, but when I saw him, I'm like, he's not that bad. I kind of got a little hypnotized by his, you know, personality. So anyway, after a while, I started to notice the similarities in Nature Boy and the father of my child.
Mm.
So it was a red flag. I'm like, this guy is a narcissist.
Hold
So
on,
one day
sis.
I
For
kept,
1 second, you really do sound muffled. If you could figure out how to get that muffled sound out the way.
It's the headphones.
uh, I don't know what to do. I think Vigo just doesn't work for me. Or I might have
I
to,
can hear. I can hear you. I can hear you, but everybody else is like, she's muffled. She's muffled. But
really?
if you can't fix it, then no problem.
I'm taking
Add
now.
Velvet. Add
Oh, all
Greg
right.
Grand.
Am I better, guys?
Yeah.
She has to come in the queue so that I can bring her up. But I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt. I
Oh,
apologize.
it's okay. I wish I tested this before. I never really did the Bigo thing like that. So,
That's
um,
better. Whatever you did was better.
I took the earpiece out.
Yep. Yep.
Okay,
We're good now.
cool. So basically, I saw the similarities in Eligio and the father of my child.
If you get hit working from out here, that's a dangerous place
Hold on,
to be
y'all.
when we let out.
Hold on.
But
So one day I called into one of Eligio's lives and I asked him about narcissism and he cussed me out. And he was telling me how I was unattractive and I was dumb and just hung up on me because I said the word narcissism. So from that day forth, I kept looking into carbonation and how he was treating you guys, right? So I have a confession. I never reported on carbonation until you left and came back. So I just started a page where I was just, you know, reposting things and making little memes and little like intros that were like silly. And I'm just on here now to basically give you support because I see that you are also a victim of narcissistic abuse. I remember when you left the first time, I inboxed you and we were talking about narcissism and then you went back, so I was kind of upset. I know I shouldn't be, but especially because I know what brainwashing is and I know the power of manipulation. So this is why I decided to join in to the carbonation reporting and just try to not really take him down, but take him down. You understand? I don't think that he should have a platform where he's manipulating, using people, taking money. It's just, it's not okay.
I appreciate that.
Mm,
I think everyone knows who I am, but I appreciate the introduction.
thank you.
You want to go next?
Yeah. So, hi, Velvet. I'm the T. And I initially
The
started.
T. Hey, you famous on YouTube. The
No,
T.
no, I'm not. But seriously,
The T is.
I had my spiritual awakening a long time ago. So nothing that Nature Boy ever said really intrigued me or enlightened me. I was more so, I think, drawn to your entire journeys on a more academic level. My background is in psychology, and I was very intrigued by the fact that here's this thug looking dude in the jungle talking about spirituality. And I'm like, wow.
They supposed
He's,
to be in the panel. Like,
and I was just like, wow, he's publicizing his
I don't
entire
know.
life.
Just calm down. Who is that?
Like, I want people who's absolutely supposed to be here.
Who is that? That's Ash and Sky. Yeah,
Okay.
It's all your people.
it's all your people.
All right.
Hey,
So basically, I just started, screen recording your lives and posting the most interesting ones onto my channel. and I never thought it would grow to be what it has become. To be quite honest with you, I was doing it mostly for myself because I felt like this was going to be a big movement, whether it be good or bad, and I wanted to capture and document as much of it as I could. And it just kind of exploded into taking on a life of its own at some point. And I'm actually glad that so many other channel holders, just like mine, were able to capture a lot of your moments over the years, and hopefully shed light on what you went through, what a lot of the members went through, and just be able to tell your story just from our lens, from a lens looking in from the outside. And so that's kind of how I got involved with this entire saga. Stenson,
You okay, Velvet?
you
Okay.
sh-
Me, I started watching the whole carbonation. Um, Someone introduced me to Nature Boy and what was going on because of, I guess you could say, I have an infatuation with cults and how people even get into cults and how cult leaders even become cult leaders. And I started watching your journey back in 2019 of January, right after you had gave birth to baby Eliana. And it's been a journey watching you, everyone, over the last couple of years. But yeah, you could say I got started because of the cult life. I've always had an interest in it.
It's okay, Velvet.
You okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
okay.
If you need
So that's our introductions into how we got started into this journey that you've been on. We've all been on a journey right along with you, and everyone who's come and gone throughout the years. We've seen a lot. And so we will get started now. If you're ready, I will let Sweet Ma take it away.
okay.
Daddy,
Huh?
can you come get Eliana, please? Can you go by Papa,
Thank you
please?
for whoever's putting these things in my face. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know what to do, but I
Oh,
appreciate the bells.
Come on, girl. Come on, y'all went outside. Come on.
Velvet, if anything you say makes you uncomfortable, just please, like, just let us know. And, you know, we want to respect you on your
I
platform.
appreciate that.
Mhm. Okay.
I'll let you know, but I'm pretty open to talk about a lot of stuff because niggas got me fucked up.
Yeah. I
I
have.
noticed a difference in you this time. You've definitely been speaking out a whole lot more and not holding back.
They want Tina told me the face with the face. Okay, I'm ready.
Ready?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, as you can see in the trailer for this interview, there were a lot of negative things that were said. So basically, there's some people asking, what is the point of this interview? Why are we doing this? Are we coddling you? Are we kissing your ass? That's not what we're here for. We're here to support you. And I understand that, like I said, I was have a troll account where I was making fun of a lot of things, a lot, okay? And the second every time you leave, trust me, I stop making fun. I stop. I only do it because I see that you guys are like not seeing what you're doing. So sometimes people need to remind you. Like you could go back and look at yourself from a couple of months ago and you probably be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that was me. I can't believe I did that." You're growing. So with this growth, we're going to do this interview and we're just going to ask you questions starting from the beginning. So we did the introduction. Now, chapter 1. how it all began. When you decided that you were going to be part of Carbonation, what were you doing before then, and how old were you?
I just had made 20 on February 17th. I left to get on a plane on February 27th to fly to Costa Rica from Tuskegee, Alabama. I was in college for my second semester. I wasn't able to go the first semester or in the beginning of my freshman year because I had to work on a barge doing security so that I can get the money that I needed to match the scholarship that I had to start school. So when I finally chose to go and I got everything situated with going, I was doing really good in college. I was failing math because math was not my best subject, but I was failing math. But the reason why I went to college was to get an agricultural degree so that I can have a farm, so that I can have some land and potentially, you know, get my degree in agriculture because that's what I always wanted, a farm. Before I went to college, I was in environmental projects in my city. Like I was in different what do you call it? Like what do you call it? Like I don't really know what to call it, but it was programs basically. Many multiple programs that I was in that I got myself in New Orleans doing agricultural and environmental work. Like I learned a lot about water testing, soil testing, building rain gardens, building rain barrels, how to not or influence the community not to put trash on the street because our waterways were being polluted. And this is what I was, on the mission to acquire, the knowledge that I wanted to acquire about our environmental issues. So I always set out to do that. Before I had a notion of me wanting to be an agriculturist or anything like that. I wasn't really into much. I was in the band. I played the flute. I really loved the flute. When I did play, I love music. Period. So the band for me was a very good way to exercise my energy. But I had a lot going on when I was a kid, so I wasn't able to really fully express myself when I was a kid. So it only got to the point where I was 17 up until when I was 20, where I really got to experience my own energy and go after what I felt like I needed to experience. So yeah, that's what I was doing before I got to carbonation.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Breathing.
So, Velvet, I want to ask you, Sister T, I want to ask you, while you were in college at Tuskegee University and you were, Nature Boy has spoken on this multiple times on how you would be in your dorm room doing your lives to your little audience. What type of things were you talking about when you would do those lives? And do you believe personally in your heart that you were recruited into melanation by Nature Boy, possibly by way of Yaya? What drew you to melanation? Take your time. If you don't want to answer it, you don't have to answer it, Velvet.
It's okay, babe. We got you.
I
Yeah,
didn't know it would have this effect on me.
yeah.
It's
We didn't know
okay.
either.
I'm so sorry.
You're surrounded by love. Just know that.
We just kind of wanted to take it back to the beginning so people can kind of get a full understanding of where you were in your life.
People making fun of me and saying all kind of shit about me. Like even anyway, um, the
Well, we're
stuff that I
going
was
to.
talking about, the stuff that I was talking about when I was in college, when I was on Facebook, I've been had documented like some of the stuff that I was doing on my Instagram. And like I know y'all see pictures of me on my Instagram like back in the day. But I started making live videos on Facebook and I didn't start like I started making live videos because it was a new feature that came on the app And I seen it, and I seen everybody using it, and I was like, wow, this is cool. Like, you can make a live video and express yourself. So one day I was sitting in my dorm room, and I literally just felt like I was alone. Like, I felt misunderstood. So I just turned on my camera and I started talking about what I was feeling in that moment. And I remember verbatimly the things that I was talking about was the earth and me being closer to the earth and just wanting to experience, a natural lifestyle. So I wasn't really into the comments. I wasn't really into reading comments and shit like that, so I wasn't paying attention to that kind of stuff. And Yaya hit me up in my inbox maybe a couple days later, or like maybe a couple weeks after I did that live, and she just had told me, hey. And I was like, hey. It wasn't no like trying to recruit me. It wasn't like trying to be my wife and stuff like that. She just was like, hi, I'm from New Orleans too. Then, like, I see you on the internet. And I was like, I went to her profile. That's when I realized that she was a part of the carbonation or the melanation group at the time. So periodically, when the videos would pop up on my Facebook timeline, I would watch them. I wasn't a binge watcher, and neither was I a person that was like trying to go find dirt either. I was very neutral. I only watched the videos that came to me on my Facebook feed. So when I went to her profile and I seen that she was a part of that melanation. I started investigating everybody that was there, and that's how I got turned on to Olmec, and that's why I was attracted to Olmec, because I only felt like that was the person who I could connect with on that level, like, through, like, between all the men and all the women, Olmec was the only person that I felt like I probably could get along with the easiest. So I did, I did reach out to him and was like, I got a crush on you. Like, we don't really necessarily have to be together. Like, I wasn't pushing the envelope, but I'm saying I had it open. And so, Yaya, she never asked me to be her wife. She never told me nothing about that. I didn't know who Nature Boy was specifically at that time. I didn't know that he was the leader. I didn't know that he was like the main character, right, of the whole thing. So I just only started talking to Olmec. And when I started talking to Olmec pretty much told me everything that I needed to know before I came. Like, he was saying that I needed to talk to Nature Boy before I came, because everybody comes through Nature Boy. Like, I think I was the only person who had came to melanation at that time without directly coming through him. And so that, like, later down the line, I found out that he felt some type of way about that, and he didn't want me to come at first. But because he wanted to pursue me and he had other agendas, he wound up still letting me come, which put a lot of friction between me and Omac's relationship, and a lot of other shit underhandedly was going on that entire time. So when I actually went to talk to Nature Boy before going to carbonation or melanation at the time, he was like, your name is gonna be Ja. This is what I'm gonna need you to do: proclaim the kingdom, this and that and that. And I was like, why would you want my name to be Ja? And he was like, oh, don't worry about it. But I didn't know that he was pertaining to me being his wife. He had never asked me to be his wife. He had never openly said, I want to be your wife. And in the beginning, when I looked at him, I never thought that I could be with him, because I felt like a little girl compared to him on some shit, like on some real shit. If we being totally honest, I didn't look at him as like a person that I could be with, because if I did look at him like a person I could be with, I'm pretty sure I could have been with him. You know what I'm saying? So, but I wasn't looking at him like that for some reason. It just wasn't in me. It wasn't until 9 months later, and he was like, kept pushing up on me, 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 where I just allowed the energy to flow to see where it would go. But me and Olmec, had a lot of arguments and shit like that in melanation off of the strength of Nature Boy. I didn't know that Nature Boy liked me outside of me and Olmec's relationship. I never knew that. So like me and Olmec would be getting into verbal arguments and Nature Boy would be sitting on the sidelines like, yeah, you shouldn't fuck with him anyway. Like you shouldn't want to be with him anyway. Like he never told me like you should be with me. He never said like I want you, he never said that. So for the longest, up until the point when we got deported from Costa Rica, I never knew that Nature Boy liked me. So by the time we got to Texas, I started like feeling his energy more, like push up on me, like, cause me and him we started sharing the same thoughts, and I would say what he would say right before he would walk out there. It was on like some weirdo shit was happening, like I would have his thoughts, and everybody would be like, "Yo, she just said that," and then everybody thought I was his wife anyway because I was the one who was articulating the knowledge, like, really well. So people thought I was his wife anyway. So one thing turned into another. He was pretty much saying that like Olmec didn't give a fuck about me anyway, and I shouldn't want to be with a man who didn't give a fuck about me. Like he just manipulated the whole situation. He manipulated the whole situation between me and Olmec with the underlying shit that he was doing behind closed doors. But nobody ever recruited me to be a wife. Nobody ever. I didn't know that Nature Boy was polygamous until I got there with him and Yaya and the other wives. Like I didn't even, and I ain't making my business either. I stood out of the business. I stood out of it. I stood in my own lane. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know a lot of the shit that was going on behind closed doors. But yeah.
Thanks for answering that, Velvet. And the only reason that I asked it in that manner, like recruit, is because he said multiple times that you're the only member he's ever recruited. So, with all his manipulation tactics, I'm sure that there was a lot of pressure on the members end as well to kind of get you to come there. And he's probably was upset that you didn't come through him, and maybe that's his way of
Yeah,
kind of
because
manipulating
that's
the narrative.
that's what a lot of, like, everybody that goes, they're like bowing to his feet like, oh, can I come, please, can I come, please, can I come, like they have to give a dissertation of why they feel like they should be there in hopes that he'll give them his blessings. But for me personally, I appreciate the gift, y'all. But for me personally, I didn't have to hop through hoops and bounds to do anything. Like I didn't have to do much to get in, cause that's just how it was. For me personally, I don't,
Um,
I can see that. And that definitely segues into what I was going to ask about Olmec, because in watching the older videos when you were with Olmec, um, it seemed like you really loved him. And it seemed like Nature Boy was very jealous of that relationship. I remember him mentioning once that
could probably call
you would
Puma.
go so hard for Olmec in defending him and standing up for him that it made him jealous. And my question to you, I was going to ask, did Nature Boy meddle in that relationship between you and Olmec?
Did he what?
Meddle, like get in between.
I feel like, yeah, I feel like he did. Personally, my personal opinion, I feel like he did in his own way. Whether that be him secret. Okay, so on many occasions he would be watching me from the background, like spying on me, and other people there too, I believe. But I know for me personally, he would like spy on me. And this was a lot of the reason why we didn't the women he didn't allow the women to have shirts on. And if a woman didn't want to if a woman wanted to put a shirt on, he'll make her feel bad for it, like you're out of tune. Why don't you want to be in tune with the culture? Like we're building a nation here. Like he'll try to like manipulate people to not wearing a shirt. And so that was actually it's crazy to me how he's trying to spin me to be a hoe, cause that was my first time not wearing a shirt in public at all. Like, nigga, I never even wore crop tops. Like, you could ask my father. I was in basketball shorts and t-shirts, crew necks like this up to my neck all the time when I was, younger coming up. So that was the first time like I really had exposed my body to other people. And I at first I was like, it was kind of weird to me because I didn't understand why we absolutely had to walk around topless. But the way he was explaining it to us to get us to be shirtless, it made sense, in a sense, like, because he was telling us how our nipples are a panel for sunlight to receive energy and recharge our mitochondrial DNA and shit like this. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to spin scientific information and facts to us to get us to believe this is why and this is the reason why you should be shirtless. And so a lot of us was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I want the best nutrition for my body. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we did it. But on other occasions, like me and Olmec would be having an argument, right? And I like him being the leader. Every relationship there seeks like counseling from him. Like if they're allowed to seek counseling from him. So me and Olmec, we had this like multiple meetings at times, and he would be like, pretty much insinuating that we shouldn't be together anyway. Like he not only did that with me and Olmec, he did that with Sheba and True. He did that with motherfucking um Zoka and Solar. He did that with Malia and Pike. He did that with every single couple that has ever been seen in combination. Like try to get them not to be together. But then when he's in his feelings or I'm coming back, he just throws the women to the men, and it's just it's crazy how the dynamic is. But yeah, he would just basically be insinuating that we shouldn't be together, and he'll tell me shit behind Olmec back like Olmec don't really love you. Look how he treating you. He really don't want to be with you. Da da da. And so yeah, he definitely meddled in his
Yes.
own way.
Okay. Sweet Ma, you want to go to the brainwashing side of it? Okay. But I had always figured, I mean, just looking back on the old videos of you and Olmec, seemed like y'all had a solid foundation, and hell be damned, he wasn't going to let that happen.
Our foundation wasn't solid.
It wasn't.
Nah.
Okay.
No, nobody can have a solid foundation when you have a Lord and Master that's ruling
And
over your
I
relationship.
personally apologize to Olmec. I personally apologize to Olmec because that was never, in my intention.
No, I don't believe it was your intention. No, honey.
This is so triggering. Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
Very triggering.
Okay.
It's okay, ladies. It's okay. So I know, sweet mom.
The only reason why, like I said, it's triggering is
Can you?
because
Somebody needs to mute. They got a TV on. Logos.
the only reason why it's triggering is because I was you, Velvet. I was you. I did the same exact thing. I was in love with somebody. I was happy with that person. My narcissist told me that that person didn't love me, that person was talking bad about me, that person mentioned how he would appreciate me more than that person, and I left that person to be with the narc, and the narc literally ruined my entire life. Okay, so when you're repeating the same things,
Hold on.
You're
Hold on. I'm
muffled a little.
sorry. Yeah, I need four. Can y'all mute for a second? T and Stinson.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
I don't think anybody will ever understand what it is to be in a relationship with a narcissist unless they are in one because Velvet looks like the bad person, right? She looks like the the harlot, right? The same thing with me. I look like a bad person. Everybody in town thinks that I'm sleeping around, and I slept with somebody's best friend and had a baby with him. But it was the manipulation from that guy. I wasn't even attracted to him. No attraction, no attraction. He manipulated me. He stared at me and
I just don't like how I don't like how people trying to make me feel bad for being a woman. I'm a woman. I need a husband, right? I need a husband, right? When I well like this is the part that's fucking with my soul. People trying to call me a hoe and saying that I'm like fucking sleeping around and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. It's okay for every woman to have her experience with men. Do you see what I'm saying? But not until the point where it's detrimental. I'm not doing nothing in my life right now that's putting me in a I was though. I was. And I can sit up here and take responsibility for the shit I did because I'm not doing it no more. If I was still doing it, I wouldn't be able to speak on it. But that's it's fucking with me because when I set out on my journey ever since I was a little girl, I never even knew how to talk to my dad about certain feelings I had about being a woman. I grew up at a very young age. People don't realize that about me. So I was in the streets at 13. I was having sex at 13, trying to figure myself out. But you know the difference with me and with other women that I've seen on my journey is that I was looking for my husband the entire time. The entire time. By the time I was 20 and I got in touch with Olmec, I thought Olmec was my husband. I thought that I was supposed to be with Olmec. And I put all my energy. I put all of my energy into Olmec. I don't know if people watch that. Olmec knows, and that's why me and Olmec is cool still to this day because he felt me. He felt me. I was there for him when nobody when nobody else was there for him. Nature Boy seen that. Nature Boy seen me give Olmec all that energy and he wanted it. And he tried to take it in any way that he could. And when he got it and he started to his soul and he started realizing that I wasn't gonna give no more of my energy because he didn't deserve it because he wasn't my husband, he feels some type of way now. So now that I'm out the situation with Nature Boy, you think I'm still not trying to attract the man who's supposed to be with me? I don't give a fuck what nobody say. It's everybody's personal journey to feel what they need to feel on their journey, whether you want a man or not. I'm the type of person I need a man. I need my man in my life because I'm stronger that way. That's my own personal experience. That's my own personal what I feel ever since I was a young girl. I can't run from that. The only thing that I could do right now is love on myself so that I can attract the man that's going to be here for me and be my husband. But what I'm saying is, once I got out of the relationship with Nature Boy, he took so much of my energy away. I started getting low self-esteem. So when I came back home, they got men who was like, "Oh, you're beautiful," and I'm like, "You beautiful?" Like I'm talking about beautiful men. Do you understand? And so I had experiences with these beautiful men when I came back home. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it boosted my spirit. It boosted my self-esteem. It boosted me to know like there are going to be people out here that's going to love you, that's going to take care of you. But when those men did not meet my standards, I dropped them the fuck off. I don't talk to none of them people no more. I only talk to Visa. That's the only man that I talk to. And me and Visa do not talk about sex. We don't. As much as it looked like me and Visa online doing this and doing that, Visa do not talk to me about sex. He do not even bring it up. Like when we was in the panel yesterday, that man don't talk to me about that kind of stuff. But when I found out that those men only wanted sex from me, and I realized that they was only trying to take my energy, I left them alone. And you know what, the only thing that they had to say about me was I was a negative bitch. I was trying to steal their energy, saying everything negative about me because I didn't give them my energy. People are mad at me because I don't want to give them my energy. You cannot have my energy because you don't know what to do with it. People are literally trying to hurt me left and right. Left and right. Literally came home, and people at my neck trying to see me go down the dirt. I could name the names. I could literally sit on this panel and name the names of these motherfuckers who are trying to come after me in my real life. Trying to say I'm stealing from them. Trying to say that I'm fucking all these niggas. I'm moving down bad. I've been home for damn near a month with my dad, and I the only shit that I was doing was going out and doing hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the shit that I was doing. And people have the audacity to try to make it seem like I'm a fucked up hoe ass bitch. My fucking vagina right now is on lockdown because ain't no nigga worthy enough to step in my shit. Neither is they worthy enough to have an intellectual conversation with me. Period. And on top of that, my daughter, she's watching all of that shit. Let me tell you something. If a woman don't have certain experiences in life, she gonna get those experiences, but it's up to her to keep making mistakes over and over. You think I'm gonna keep making the same mistake over and over? You wanna know something? Yes, I fucked up and I let a nigga who I just fucked meet Eliana on some regular shit. But when I realized the effect that had on me and the effect that it would have on my daughter, I stopped doing that shit. My daughter don't know no nigga. My dad, the only nigga that Eliana know is her daddy. I swear to God, I put that on her soul. I put that on her life. That's the only nigga she know. When I pull up a picture of this nigga, she like Baba. She know who the fuck he is. She don't know these other niggas. She don't, and she not around them to know him, to know them. I just don't like it how people trying to spin it like I have a right to go through things. I have a right to feel my way through my life and my experiences so that I can get where I need to go. But guess what the thing is, I'm not going to keep making fucked up decisions to keep putting myself in a fucked up situation. Visa is the only nigga that I know who kept it real with me. He told me, he said, I want to be with you, but under these conditions, under these circumstances, ain't no nigga ever do that. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. And this nigga got the audacity to put me online, trying to make it look like I'm a hoe. He tried to make it look like I'm a hoe by putting fucking porn out there, revenge porn to me. Revenge porn. Are you fucking serious, my nigga? Are you serious? Are you serious? That's a fucking low down dirty thing that you doing, and you know that everything that's coming to you, you deserve, because I didn't do nobody's shit. I didn't do nobody's shit. Every time I went back to be with this nigga, I was trying to build the women. I was trying to build carbonation. These niggas didn't want to build. They want to perish. So I left every single time with my child. This nigga kept my child from me on certain occasions. I'ma steal your child. I'ma do this. I'ma do that. Just because he didn't want me to leave. Just because he needed to suck my energy. Fuck him. I'm getting tired of this shit. Talking about something. I'm gonna make a video and speak all your business. What's going on in the street of New Orleans? Bitch, you don't know what's going on in the street of New Orleans. And the niggas who told you some shit that's going in the street of New Orleans is the motherfuckers that's got your energy, and the same motherfuckers that need to be in the dirt with you. That's the same type of motherfuckers, and that's why I'm not around them. That's why I'm with my dad. Them niggas was mad when I moved away. When I was in that house and everybody see me in that house. Everybody was mad that I came and moved with my dad because they knew my dad could protect my energy. Using some fuck niggas. You trying to hurt me. That's it. You don't want to see me prevail. You don't want to see me do well. You just want to take my energy and then try to call me some negative bitch. You're the negative bitch. I can't stand people like that. Fuck that. You trying to silence me. You can't silence me. You could pull up anything. You could ask me any question. I can answer it. You want to know why? Because I could take responsibility for all the shit that I did, because my intention was never negative. Ever. Ever.
Well, you are very protected by your father, and he's not going to get to you. He can say what he wants, but Velvet, this is why you are now speaking out. And the fact that is the greatest power that you have right now is your voice. And you're right. He's not going to shut you up. No one's going to shut you up.
People could say whatever they want to say about me. I know my heart. I don't have to prove my heart to nobody, and that's why I'm at where I'm at right now. Cause motherfuckers don't care about me. I've been giving my entire life. I can sit here and tell y'all all of the experiences I had with motherfuckers where I overgave, and I don't have shit from those people. I don't have shit from those people. They gave me nothing back. Still what? Still what? What do I have to steal from anybody? Nobody don't have nothing that I can steal because it's not worthy enough. Niggas done took too much away from me to the point where if I stole from somebody, it wouldn't even be an equal match of energy. It would be me being stupid and low vibrational. Still what? I don't have to steal shit.